Welcome back. As we continue to talk about interpretation and how our own stories and our biographies shape how we interpret Scripture, this week for your second journal reflection, you'll be reflecting on a reading you do by Allan Powell titled Social Location, A Matter of Perspective. And it comes from Powell's book, What Do They Hear? Bridging the Gap Between the Pulpit and the Pew. It sounds like a book for preachers, but I think you'll be able to get a lot out of this. As you read, I want you to focus especially on the results of Powell's experiment with three different groups of people. First, with North Americans, second, with a group of Russians, and thirdly, in the last part of the chapter, the experiment he does with a group from Tanzania. So, three different locations in our world, and three very different results. In your reflection on this reading, I want you to wrestle with the questions of what this means for interpretation. Why do these three groups read the text and remember it very differently? What does that teach us about interpretation, as well as our own history and background and how that shapes our interpretation? I'd also like you perhaps to wrestle with the question of, did one of these groups interpret the story better? Were they all equal interpretations, or were some better than others? If so, which ones and why? I think you'll find this reading very interesting and provocative, as well as surprising, and I hope you really wrestle with what it means for how you yourself interpret Scripture and how your background and your biography shapes such interpretation.